Trinidad and Tobago is expected to have general elections this year, and the major parties there have begun screening potential candidates. One person who has passed that screening process and is now a nominated candidate is Jason Williams. Williams this past week was appointed a government senator and will be among the candidates of the incumbent People's National Movement. People in the region will know Williams as JW, one half of the duo JW and Blaze, which won a road march in Trinidad and Tobago with their hit song, Palance. Between his hit-making days and his new potential career in politics, he co-hosted a popular morning radio show with his singing partner Blaze. In his first regional TV interview since his appointment as a senator and his nomination as a political candidate, we get to talk to Jason Williams. Senator Williams, thank you for joining us. Thanks for taking the time.
Zerith, to you and the team, very good afternoon, and it's great to be here to talk to and to touch base with my regional neighbors and friends, man.
So let me ask you, how has it been with you your first few days as a senator? What was the welcome like?
Very warm. You know, I recognize that once you are new and you come into the Senate, you know, you get a nice warm welcome, and there are those who will obviously give you some of the early tips, and you're taken through the different protocols by some of the parliamentary staff. Really nice team, very bright minds, some very interesting debate, very high learning curve. I'm actually in the process this weekend of watching some of the old sittings and just getting some tips after I actually move my first motion and speak for the first time next week, Tuesday. So I'm actually preparing my notes literally all morning, just, you know, putting my notes down and pen to paper, you know, like back to school, you know, very interesting.
An impressive career. You had a hit morning show with Blaze. Why do this? Why go into politics? Why go into frontline politics too? I mean, what about that was so intriguing to you?
I think it was always part of the journey. Obviously, I would never say that the media side of it, it's on our back burner. It's just on hold for now. I'll always be indebted to and be in love with all aspects media. That is me. That's part of my existence. But I just thought this was a nice and a correct time to use this particular vehicle, which is politics, as the medium to help serve my community, you know, put myself out and try to create another part of the narrative in terms of my story, you know, and just inspire too, to show that, yes, sometimes we'll have a particular direction, but, you know, it's sometimes very interesting and sometimes very invigorating to dive into the unknown and to try to shake up the place a little bit, create a little difference. To me, I look at it as really service. The call came, and I told myself, because I wasn't really looking at this point in time, it was always something I was thinking about later down the road, you know? And I told myself, words, time, and sometimes opportunity, especially when it's an opportunity to serve, chances are it might not come back. So I said, you know what? Let me dive in. It's a great learning experience thus far, and I'll only be richer in terms of personally then, in terms of knowledge, in terms of experience, in terms of being able to connect with people for this particular experience.
What was the screening process like? I mean, I can only imagine what you had. Give us an idea of what it's like when you're being vetted for a position like that.
Ooh, it's so, why? I didn't feel nerves like that. You're on the time partner. You know, you're there in front of the Prime Minister and some of the top cabinet members. And, you know, thankfully, they make you feel very welcome and they kind of break the ice at first because you feel the nerves, you know, clearly you feel the nerves. And I was the last to be screened out of 6. So needless to say, number 1 went in, number 2, 3, and I'm sitting there saying, well, when I'm going to get to go in? And then I went in, and then there was a second screening on the day, you know, so it was two sessions. And I was authentic. I was myself. I answered honestly. You know, I was able to communicate, state my intention, and also let them know that I'm here more or less to learn and to really listen. I've been great over the years in terms of public speaking and being able to address crowds and host so many events. But I think one of my greatest abilities is the ability to listen and to take heed and to hear from people some of their concerns. And that's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks into this journey.
So we hear now that the elections could be later this year, close to Christmas, I think was what I read. Give us a preview as to what your campaign and the platform that you're going to stand on will be like, especially in the age of COVID.
Well, I think it's going to be very interesting going forward. I think most countries where there's an election due this year, we're yet to see if indeed the social distancing and the different protocols in place as we combat the COVID will remain. And if that's the case, this will really be a more on the ground, as everything else, that's how our election will go, in terms of on the ground canvassing, house by house. But this is one where you'll have to really connect with people on a personal level, and obviously use the technology at hand. We live in the technological age. We could be having this conversation miles away. So I think this is also a platform we'll have to really utilize a lot in terms of connecting, doing our research, really trying to find and streamline and engage our audience and really put the message out. So far, the journey has been really nice. We've had lots of meetings up to last evening, very late. I'm going to head out very soon to meet and greet some more of the constituents here in San Juan. And I believe utilize the technology, the phones, the laptops, the Instagram, the Facebook, really find new and interesting ways to engage the audience.
And you won a Soca Monarch with Blaze. You're a cultural symbol in Trinidad and the region for that matter. So we're assuming culture is going to be a lot of what you take into this process and want to advocate for. What are the causes that you want to push in your agenda as you become a mainstream politician?
Well, I want to bring some excitement back to the area. El Socorro, Barataria, San Juan. It's a place that is really rich with culture, rich with sport. The years gone by, San Juan would have had a very vibrant carnival, a very vibrant juve. It's not so anymore. You want to bring that kind of energy back. It's a place that's home to many a Tassa group, to the Malik folk performers, steel band side. We have beautiful grounds around the area that we can utilize for sporting activities, really to get the youth engaged and get them occupied and to ensure that they utilize their free time. So I'm thinking that, here it is, myself, still very much young, very much energetic, very much vibrant. We want to kind of get people to get out again and to get moving, things like 5Ks. I mean, obviously, you will have your different infrastructural projects and stuff to sort out. I mean, that is a given. And that is why I'm forging some great relationships at this point in time with the councillors in the area and the regional corporation. These are the people who really get the groundwork going. But as I think of the bigger picture, just to get, a nice little energy and momentum back in the area, because it's such a diverse, multi-cultural, multi-religious area. Very, very vibrant part of Trinidad, this Barataria, San Juan, and El Socorro.
Finally, before we go, I mean, we have a regional audience. What would you like the region to know would be, I don't know if there's a difference between Jason Williams with Blaze, the soca artist, the entertainer, versus Senator Jason Williams?
Same genre, same person. It's just a young man who, from day one, always brave, always for the people, always for regional integration, always for love. This is, to me, part of a bigger story. This is not about me anymore. This is about inspiration and giving young people, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but across the region, a chance to really sit and say, you know what, it's time for me to really, you know, jump into that unknown, you know, something that might be giving you fear, terror. There's a bigger plan for you on the other side of that once you're able to conquer it. And even if things don't work out initially, what a great lesson and what a great experience. So here it is, you know, it's about stepping up, about being brave. People have always said, you know what, they want young blood, new energy in the politics. And I'm sure that's a call across the region. So here it is, I'm talking to my regional brothers and sisters directly from as far north, Jamaica, to, you know, down south here in Trinidad and Grenada and to Barbados and to St. Kitts, across the region, that we are the generation to really bring vibe and an energy and a difference to the system, and to all who have been thinking about it. You know, when that time comes, yes, you'll feel the turning in the belly and the uncertainty, but give it a chance. And it doesn't necessarily have to be politics. It could be community service. It could be going back to school. It could be doing a course to better yourself. It could be, you know, embracing a relationship that probably would have gone sour and a chance to make it good again. We have to step up and make ourselves better and make the region better, because we really are blessed to be in such a beautiful place. You know, obviously it's not perfect, but we can make it better. And it's not just speak talk and romanticism. That is the reality of it. We are truly blessed to be part of this amazing region. And the more we can put in that effort, you know, at home and extend it, sky's the limit for all of us. So that's really part of the story for me. You know, it's inspiration, man. I'm thinking this could be inspiring for many.
Senator Jason Williams, like the sound of that. Good luck to you. All the best. You have a platform here if you ever needed to come back.
Indeed, and we give thanks, man. And again, to all my regional friends, same J, man. You know, same J, just in a different role at this point in time, but it's the same J. Never change.
Thank you very much, sir. This is The Week That Was. We will be right back.